Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be dealing with the 3 moments equation. We're going to learn how to apply the formula for the 3 moments equation to our continuous beams. So guys, please kindly subscribe, kindly like this video so that other students too can find it. Thank you guys. Let's get into it. 3 moments equation. 3 moments equation. Moments equation. So guys, this 3 moments equation was formulated by Clapeyron in 1857. Now, it is basically used to analyze continuous beams. It is used to analyze indeterminate beams. You get, a continuous beam is obviously an indeterminate structure. So it is used to analyze them, structures like that, just like the moment distribution method, which is also used to analyze indeterminate structures, just like the slope deflection method, which is also used to analyze indeterminate structures. So now, the 3 moments equation, for you to apply it, you need to have 3 supports. Forgive my drawing, guys. At least you need 3 supports to apply this thing. Let's call this X. Let's call this A. And let's call this B. Now, once again, you need 3 supports to apply this 3 moments equation. The first support out of these 3 supports is your interior supports. The second support is your support left to interior support. The third support is your support right to interior support. These 2 are your adjacent supports to the interior support. You know what, guys? To understand it well, it's better I use left, L, and it's better I use right here. So now, here goes the 3 moments equation. Please let us write. It is M L L over I L plus 2 mx L over I L plus this, L R over I R. Don't worry, you might be thinking it's long, but it's very easy to put in the head. I remember, your mechanics of materials exams are always speed exams. So M R L R over I R is now equals to minus sum of P L square K over I 1 minus K square. Now, but all of this left, minus sum P L square K over I right. 1 minus k squared, right? One last thing, minus 6e delta L minus delta C, or rather delta L minus delta X over delta, over LL plus delta R minus delta X over LR. So what is this jargons I'm writing? What I'm basically saying, I said that in three-moment equation, you need three supports. You need your interior support, you need your other two adjacent supports. So now the first adjacent support is this expression here. Now, all of this with the subscript of L is turned left. L means left, basically. So what all this is saying, that this first here is the moment at the left support to the interior support. This L here is the length of the left span to the interior support. This I here is the moment of inertia to the left of the interior support. Mx is basically the interior support that we're dealing with. Now, once again, we have left again. That is back to square one where we started. Now, let's move to right. So LR is basically the length. Let me use a diagram below. Let me reproduce that diagram. I think this is it, I'm not sure. So this was X, this was right, this was left. So LL is basically this part, that is the length to the left of the interior support, which is this. Now LR is the length to the right of the interior support. So it's just logic, guys. Once again, high L is the moment of inertia in this span, that is the left side region. Moment of inertia IR is the moment of inertia in this span. So what I'm saying in essence is that you need three supports to be able to use the three-moment equation. So now I've dealt with the first part of all of this. Let's move to the right-hand side of the equation. Now, what if instead of, what if we have a point load P? So what the equation is saying that is that we have another one, P. This equation is saying that, okay, let's say we have different point loads now, and I want to assign a subscript to each of these point loads. I will assign a subscript of left to this, and I'll assign a subscript of right to this, because it is right to the interior support, and this is left to the interior support. Now, what I just explained is this. This term here, which is PL, is basically the point load applied in the span left to the interior support. PR is the point load applied right to the interior support. Now, what is K? K is the, what is K again? What is K? K is the ratio of the, maybe if we're dealing with KL, for instance, is the ratio of the distance from left support to point load over the distance over basically the length of span length of left span. What am I saying? What I'm saying is this. Maybe back to this expression now, back to our diagram. Maybe if we have 5 here, and in the total length of this span, for instance, the total length is equals to 15. So what I'm saying is that K would now be 5 over 15. That is distance from this left support to point load over the length of the left span. Similarly, same thing applies to K for the for the right part of the span. It's just the same, just the subscript that has to change, guys. So I've explained moment of inertia. I've explained K. What is left? Oh, back to the formula. I didn't include the UDL. I didn't include the UDL minus WL cube over 4I over 4I minus WL cube over 4I, where once again R left. Now basically what I'm saying is this. For this UDL, let me explain this UDL. Maybe once again I have a support. I have a structure and I have a UDL here, and maybe it's 5 kilonewtons per meter. So W, if this is the case, it will mean that maybe this is the structure we're dealing with. And once again, this is right, this is left. It will mean that WR will be equal to 0 because there is no UDL at the right span to the interior support. But WL will be equal to 5 kilonewtons per meter since there is a UDL of magnitude of 5 left to the interior support. So that's how it works. Now, once again, these are support settlements to the left. That is the support now. We're dealing with the support. Maybe we're dealing with the left support and it settles. That support settlement would be included here. If we're dealing with support settlement at that interior support, this is delta X. If we're dealing with support settlement at the support to the right of the interior support, where it goes, this is it. I'm just like pointing it out and I'm like noting it for every one of us. So this is how it works, guys. So in the next video, we would look at an example. We'll look at examples. So to cram this expression, let me give you an hint. Always note that it is L over high. That is L over high. You see L over high, L over high, L over high. That is the first thing. Note that for the adjacent supports, they are similar. That is M, L, I, everything L. The same thing goes M, R, L, R, I, R. You can see that it's kind of similar for the adjacent support. But if it's for the interior support, it is not so similar. It is times 2 now. That is 2mx times the LL over high L plus LR over high R. That's how